And oh my God, just like that, we're live on the internet web thing, Sherry. Welcome everybody to the Nurse Mark and the Green Nurse Daily Dose of AFA.
Where we bring you what? We bring you high information.
We get you high every day.
We get you high.
We're your best friends. How many of your other friends get you high every day?
Every day. Good morning, good morning. High vibe thoughts, hope, inspiration, growth, and healing. So guess what? So you can start your day off the AFA way. And in case you need to be reminded, we are here every morning because there's no one more important than you, and you deserve to feel good. AFA way.
That's right. Sherry, were you a cheerleader? That was pretty good. AFA. Were you a cheerleader in school?
Can I tell you, you're gonna laugh. I like to call myself Ferris Bueller. I did do cheerleading, I did dancing, I did basketball, I did soccer. So I was friends with the cheerleaders, and I was also friends.
You did cheer. I knew you were a cheerleader. It just all makes sense now. I didn't know that before. Now that I know that, it all just tied everything together. Of course,
I want to tell you,
cheerleader.
But I was the giant cheerleader. So I seriously,
listen,
cheerleaders are.
How awesome is that?
They were all between 5 feet and 5'6".
Yeah,
and I'm 6 feet tall. The giant out there, but I was the one that was tossing them around.
Oh my God, they absolutely. You got noticed for sure. Oh yeah, I mean, you always get noticed. That's just the way it is. All right, so Sherry, it's Tuesday, June 22nd, 2021. Let's take this seriously, okay?
I know.
This is the only June 22nd, 2021 we're gonna get. We got to take this shit seriously.
We got to take this seriously, exactly. And serious is a matter. And I'm going to be seriously, I'm going to be seriously goofy today.
Well, good. Because here's my point. Here was the point I was going to make is we need to be serious about this. And the way we are serious about it is we understand that none of it fucking matters. It doesn't matter. We're off the hook. We're off the hook. Doesn't matter. We're human. Yeah. Shit happens.
Yeah.
You know what? I really love a good one today about this now.
I bet.
Do the angels have anything to say today?
You know what? The angels are always talking to me. You know, I just have to tell you.
Yeah.
And angels actually, what I've noticed over time is they come in human form. So I just think about the 70-year-old lady that showed up at my house with a big fat joint and told me to get with the program. She said, Sherry, get with the program. You've been suffering. You need to look into cannabis as medicine. So I look at that, she's an angel. And so there are angels all around us with very, very important messages. Sometimes when I forget, and I usually I forget, I wake up forgetting everything. Right?
Of course
I have a little calendar with messages from angels. So here we go. This is a good one. June 22nd.
Yes.
Peacefulness means having the courage to always love without fear of repercussions. Ooh, that's deep.
Ooh.
Peacefulness means having the courage to always love without fear of repercussions. There you go. It's about being open, vulnerable, being vulnerable, right? Regardless, having, allowing your love to shine, right? Allowing your true, authentic self to come forth. Because when you're authentic, you're peaceful, right? Because you're no one other than who you are. And who you are, Mark reminds us, is AFA. So how cool is that? Woo.
So, Sherry, what I just heard there was, as soon as you can let go of what other people think of you, you're able to fully just be love. For yourself first.
For yourself first. Yeah. That's it, too. And when you can get comfortable, and it's so, because we're not used to being in our own love, because we're always seeking it outside of ourselves.
Oh my God, the daily love is going to tie right into this, Sherry. I'm so excited.
All right. See, we're vibing, Mark, right?
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
The spirit works
all cylinders on Tuesday, Terpene Tuesday. Let's get into the daily love. Good morning, everybody.
Thank you for joining us, everyone.
This morning. Hey, let's all take a little sip of whatever we're drinking this. No judgment, whatever you're drinking this morning.
And bless it and love it. Thank you. I love you. Water.
Oh, so good. So good.
Good morning, Shelly. Good morning, Bloom. Good morning, Brian. I see a wow. Who said wow? Hold on. Yeah, I'm trying to see everyone out there.
Yeah.
Shelly Brewer, Susie. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Don't you feel so happy? I swear to God, I don't know. I'm like on the older edge of like life. So
romper room?
Yeah, romper room. Like I feel like we're in romper room. Like we ought to have those. We ought to be holding that mirror, right? That she would look through. I kind of thought it was spooky. Like, could she see me? I was worried. I'm like,
no,
this lady can see me through the TV. And it screwed me up for a little while. Yeah, Miss Jean. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Green Jeans.
Yeah. No, that was a totally different show. All right.
That was
Yeah, that was Captain Kangaroo. Come on. Now we're going way down the path. Good morning, Glenn. Kristen.
Good morning.
All right, let's go. We're going daily love. Now, this one's a gem. This is a beauty. All right. And you may want to like re-listen to it again, but here we go. This is from Landmark Insights Book 1, Live a Life You Love. And it's called Happiness is an Inside Job. Oh, I like the title already, Sherry. What's it going to tell us? Hold on. Get ready, everybody. All right. Some of us think happiness is dependent on things outside of ourselves. We'll be happy when, or happy because, or happy if. Others think of happiness as a rare and fleeting thing, or are dubious from the start that it's even possible. Kind of like there's an underlying position or commitment of, I'm not happy. If that's true about you, it's a pretty useful thing to know. Being happy can't have something in mind because it is not something in the foreground. It's a background stand that creates the possibility of what's in the foreground. I am happy is a matter of saying, a sacred saying, a saying that has no ground underneath it, but becomes the ground. No rationale, no evidence. Being happy exists as a possibility. It's an inside job.
Yes.
Oh, if we can say I am happy and it's true because we said so, that's power, instantaneous and timeless. And that's the ultimate act of creativity.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's really, really good. Yeah, I love that. Because here it is too. It's that same thing that we were just talking about earlier is we're seeking outside of ourselves.
Yeah.
Stuff, people, places, things, right, to bring us in happiness. So what if we could take that feeling, just that being happy, right, and roll out, this is what I'm thinking, this is the analogy that comes through, this is how we can do it. Think in your head, roll out that happy rug. Take one step at a time, right? That's all it is. In any moment in time, it's an inside job. I bring joy to myself.
There's nothing outside of you that makes you happy. It's you decide, I'm happy.
Yeah. It's just, and here it is too, and the outside stuff is what is, right? Or just what's so.
It's just what's so. Like, it's just stuff. It's just, whatever it is.
And here it is, and stuff comes up. Why does stuff come up?
Yeah.
Stuff comes up for us to process, right? Not to stuff it down even further, but for us to bring up, to process, to move through. I call it feel, deal, heal, share, right? See, soar, right? So you're going to share the information. I love that
you have all these like little one-word steps in the process.
Well, and because I need to keep it simple because I complicate things. So sometimes just like having those little analogies and remembering those little phrases, like the one that's really the most annoying. The one that's the most annoying to me is when I say the joy is in the journey, but then it makes me laugh, because I'm in this hard space and I'm like, oh, how do I get out of this? I don't want to feel this. This is horrible. I want to go numb out. And then I have to remember, no, my job here, if I'm going to evolve in life, I need to get involved. And getting involved in life means doing the work. And doing the work means looking at stuff that I may not want to look at, right? And moving through it. Right. And cannabis helps. This is what's going to lead all into. Let me just tell you, cannabis was a huge tool for me to be able to shift my perspective. So you think about people that go from high functioning to not functioning, the chronic illness, the debilitating disease, the loss of function over time, right? What happens is you shift into a different mindset, and it's generally not a good one. I've been there, Right. So how do we get out of that? And that's what we're talking about here. The hugs and the nugs, the tiny little steps and the tools, those words, just small, short phrases can help you shift so you can get back to what? I look at it bioenergetic, mental, emotional, spiritual homeostasis. Yeah. And if we can do that, it's going to help our physical body.
It goes back to what you just mentioned earlier, and that is what's so is what's so. It's about your perspective. So there's an event that happens, there's something, whether it's an interaction with somebody else or you lose a job or something happens, and then you decide. Now, let me tell you, you usually automatically decide, because your brain is such a wonderfully programmed computer, you automatically decide what the meaning is about it, right? I lost my job. Oh, my boss is an asshole. I could never work for that person. Like, we make meaning out of it, right? You talked about it. It's the perspective. If you can, that processing part is just you creating a new perspective. It's just you assigning a new meaning to it. The what's so is always the same. It never changes. Your perspective and the meaning you assign to it is what changes. And that's the beauty of actually dealing with it. Like being in the what's so, and you just know.
That's it. You just know, and you know with a capital K. Who's in the background? Was that green nurse Jamie back there?
Oh yeah, she's wandering around. I don't know.
Good morning, love. Gonna give her hugs and nugs right through here. High vibes.
Sneakers.
Woohoo! Yay! Green nurse Jamie, green nurse.
Yeah, I needed to. I actually got in my car and drove down the road. I was headed to the studio. I was gonna, as I do every day, I'll do it from there. But then I looked at the time and realized that it would be 10:08 when I got there, and I said, I should probably turn around and just green nurse on the go it.
Green nurse on the go it. Absolutely. Well, you know me, what happened with me. My internet went out when I was drying my hair.
Now, let's assign a meaning to that. The internet went out. That means the universe did not want you to be on the show today, Sherry. That's, you know what? Oh, no, there's another meaning to it. God damn it,
the internet went out.
Happens to you. It must be the internet company has it out for you. That's another one, right? So
Can I tell you the
meaning is the internet went out.
Exactly. And I'll tell you the meaning that I gave to that is that the meaning that I gave to it is that spirit may have been playing with my internet. So I can process it a different way, not get frantic, not get scared, not panic, not right. You think about it. So when stuff like that happens, we've been partners
for a while. I know some of the ways of being that you are, and you know some of the ways of being that I am,
Right.
Just ways of being. It's like sometimes we just like,
I know, like, what the fuck? My God, exactly, right? And so what happened? Exactly. So what do? You adapt. Cannabinoids are adaptogens.
I have to say, I am so proud of you today. You enacted a different way of being. You lit a different circuit in your head that was just like, fuck it, the internet's out. I don't care. And my hands all day. I'm on my way. I'm like, oh my God.
But here it is because, and I'm going to be very real and raw and honest because, okay, it happens unconsciously. You know that those triggers sometimes happen unconsciously.
Totally.
And so I'm not going to lie, the feeling came up, but I had the tools to deal with it without spinning out of control.
So
and because my breathing started to get rapid and I could feel my heart beating, I had a choice, and I wanted. I honestly went to the first thing that I knew would relieve the symptoms immediately. I did a puff, and it was brought it in, right?
Deal. We don't have any control over that initial inaction of that amygdala response, that anxiety, that we have no control over that.
No, I didn't.
Automated process. It was laid down so many years ago. You have no control over it. I have no control over it. But you just shared the gem. What we have with practice is an ability to recognize it in play and say, oh, wait a minute here. Ooh, hold on.
I'm not going down that road.
This is going on. I don't want to go down that path. What can I do to go over onto this path? Maybe not so well worn, but I want to be over here. You say, okay, a little cannabis. Dampens down that amygdala response. Physiologically, it has that calming effect. And you're able to say, I'm going down this path.
Yeah,
Bravo.
absolutely.
Bravo, cannabis and Sherry.
Thank you. This is going to lead into terpenes because what I inhaled today had the specific terpene in it.
Oh, here we go. Hugging a nug. All right, guys. I know you've been waiting for this. You've been waiting all morning for us to start talking about terpenes because that's why you show up. You don't want to hear us talk about spirituality and happiness and love because you don't care about those things. You only care about terpenes. I get it.
Hugs and nugs.
You guys are freaks, by the way. I don't know. I'm kidding. Love you all. Now, here's the thing.
Listen. We've been, Hugs and Nugs, Terpene Tuesday, for the new people that are coming on and joining, we've covered a lot of the terpenes, but I thought we would go back and just start to, re-examine them and give examples and stories, just kind of like we did today with what happened with me. The specific terpene. Yeah, it's good.
It's a great idea because these guys don't live in the space of, well, some of them may, but I'm going to assume that a lot of you guys don't live in the space of cannabis 24/7 every day research, going down that rabbit hole of what we know and what we don't know. So, Sherry, that's beautiful. Let's just share that, right? Let's just share.
So last week we covered pinene, and pinene is the most abundant terpene found in nature. So today we're going to discuss the second most abundant terpene found in nature. But first, Mark, and that's limonene. But before, let's discuss what a terpene is. So Mark, what's a terpene?
Sherry, I thought you'd never ask, and I've been waiting for this question. You ready, guys? Here it is. A terpene is an organic compound that produces a specific smell or taste. Now, they're found in a lot of different places in nature. Cannabis, essential oils that are pulled from other plants, trees. And you know what? Our foods are infused with terpenes. And in cannabis, as it's true in many of the plant kingdom, terpenes are used to ward off disease. And insects, in animals, gives a bitter taste, or it gives off a smell that the animal, the insect doesn't like, or it has this antifungal property, antibacterial property that, allows that plant to grow unhindered, right?
Right.
So super important in the plant world. And when a cannabis plant goes through the curation process, the terpenes become oxidized. It's a physical
chemical
change. It's a change, adds an oxygen, and results in what we know as terpenoids.
Yeah.
Now, Sherry, here's the
my favorite.
Ooh, terpenes do add to the entourage effect. Now, folks, the entourage effect, this is a known phenomenon in the medical and scientific community. Like, it's been studied specifically, and that is that all of the parts of the cannabis plant together have a much more potent effect on whatever it is you're trying to treat with cannabis. So just, the pharmaceutical companies try to tease out the specific molecules so that they can produce a product that they can make money off of, which is what they should do. They're in business to make money. But what they found out is pulling those out and having just the molecule, far less effective. If you have everything that's resident in the plant, including the terpenes, very, very important, they have this cumulative effect that's extremely positive. But guess what? We don't know how it works.
Yeah,
we all know. The scientific community knows that it is a phenomenon.
And Mark, and the part that's great too, Mark, is that we can actually even give an example of what that looks like. So think about a lot of the patients that come to us that are on Marinol or they're on Epidiolex,
which are specific molecules of cannabinoids.
So it's a synthetic cannabinoid. So Epidiolex is synthetic CBD, Marinol is synthetic THC. So patients will come to us, they'll get prescribed that, and it'll start to work, but then it starts to lose effectiveness. Why? Because it's missing the rest of the plant. And so what we've done as clinicians when patients come to us is we help educate and teach on the other types of cannabinoids and terpenes that they can add to what they're already taking to start to hopefully get that entourage effect. And then some patients may do the combination of, synthetic cannabinoids plus phytobotanical cannabinoids, and some eventually switch off of the synthetic THC and go to whole plant. So there's no right or wrong. The bottom line is what works for the patient is what's best for the patient.
Exactly.
And that's what's so cool.
Yes. So let's talk about limonene.
Limonene, yeah. So it's the second most abundant terpene found in nature after pinene. So upon inhalation, limonene becomes rapidly bioavailable in humans. Our body knows how to use it.
Yep.
And the vapor, the inhalation of limonene and or oral consumption can increase serotonin and dopamine levels in key areas of the brain that are associated with anxiety, depression, and OCD. All of what I was experiencing this morning.
Well, hell, I've had all three of those in varying degrees over the years.
Yes. So just think about how cool that is. So limonene is also the precursor to parallel alcohol, which is a common monoterpene found in various citrus fruits and essential oils.
Yes.
So, Mark, what about the description and some cautions with it?
All right. So limonene is a clear, colorless liquid, and it has been given what they call generally recognized as safe status. So the FDA will say on a particular chemical substance, they'll say it's GRAS, GRAS, generally recognized as safe. And then it's allowed to be put into foods and other things that we consume. So it's been found to be generally recognized as safe through the isolated, though the isolated form may cause skin irritation and serious eye irritation. Well, go figure. It's, in nature, it's meant to
concentrated,
right? So if you concentrate it, it's not necessarily going to be a positive experience, right? So it's been described, the smell, as you can imagine, limonene. It's lemon, citrus, orange, spicy, maybe a little bit of turpentine.
Right. Yeah, and you can feel it. When I smell that terpene, I can feel it like almost open up.
Yeah.
I can see clearly now.
Right. So when you're at the local restaurant, you're having your favorite cocktail, when they take that rind and they twist it and they go around the rim, just think, oh my God, I'm getting limonene right now.
There you go. So natural sources of limonene include citrus rinds, juniper, lemons, limes, oranges, caraway seeds, dill seeds, rosemary, and peppermint. Really, really interesting.
Benefits.
Tons. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Antidepressant, anti-anxiety. What else, Cher?
Antibacterial.
Oh, hell yeah.
Especially against acne bacteria. Antifungal, anti-tumor, antioxidant, bronchodilator. What else do we have? Anti-tumor. It may protect against breast and skin cancers. It may reduce obesity and help with weight loss. May help with cholesterol-based gallbladder stones. Interesting. And may normalize, this is a good one. This is a really good one because a lot of people have this. May normalize peristalsis, which is the movement of your gastrointestinal tract in cases of heartburn or gastroesophageal reflux disease. Boom. Right?
Nice.
What about the other cannabinoids? So now we're going to mix them.
Oh my God. Now we're going to get into studies. But first, I have to get another cup of coffee because this is serious shit. All right. Get ready.
This is good. Ahead. All right.
I'll talk about. Grab my coffee.
All right. Nurse Mark, hey, will you fill me up?
Oh, listen, you know what? My lovely partner is going to bring me a cup of coffee. Isn't that nice of her?
It is nice of her. I want her to give us hugs and nugs and kisses on camera. We love Green Nurse Jamie. Nurse Jamie, I'm going to plug them right now. So Nurse Jamie and Nurse Denise are their Green Nurse events coordinators.
Extraordinaire.
Yeah. Really good work. So thank you, Nurse Jamie. But anyways, lemonade. Let's get back. You get off topic. My ADHD.
43 studies that were in our reference database. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, here's how they usually go in the hierarchy of things. We start out in the lab, where you take all of these chemicals that you're going to study, whatever it happens to be, and you do all of your study work in the laboratory environment, in a petri dish. So that's a good first place to start to see if there's some evidence of what you're looking for, right? You always start with a question. You have this hypothesis that limonene is going to be positive in killing bacteria. So that's our question. We go into the lab. We take limonene, we take the bacteria, we put it in there, we look at it. and then we see what happens. So we always start with lab, right? But that might not transition into human beings. It might not work. It just doesn't work that way, right? So we start with lab, and then we go to animal studies, right? Because animals have the same physiology by and large that we do, right? They have
endocannabinoid systems.
Right, they have an endocannabinoid system. So the next step is we do animal studies. And so after that, you may find that there is some meta-analysis done, which is taking all of the lab and the animal studies and analyzing them using some very stringent, mathematical equations and calculations and figuring out what the data is, very, very in-depth. And then meta-analysis will come up with a conclusion that says, this looks like it's positive or this looks like it's negative. So we have those. Then we move on to the clinical human trials. That's when we have enough evidence that A, there may be some efficacy, it may work, and B, it's not going to kill anyone. Like we know that it's not going to be this awful thing that we give to people. That's when we do the human trials. And so, goodbye. Bye. That's when we do the human trials. And so that's what we have here. We have 9 animal, 2 meta-analysis, 9 clinical human trials. There have not been any double-blind placebo trials as of yet. Those are the gold standard. And to be honest with you, they're very expensive to implement. And so it's usually saved towards the end when we finally have a lot of evidence that we want to go down that path. So what are some of the top conditions related to the limonene studies that we looked at, Sherry?
Okay, so some of the top conditions related to limonene studies include brain cancer, inflammation, non-specific cancers, breast cancer, anxiety, bacterial infections, stress, and Parkinson's. So one of the things I also want to mention that the research has shown is that when you look at limonene plus the other cannabinoids, they were able to give, like, for example, CBD plus limonene can enhance the antidepressant and anti-anxiety effects.
Love it.
Right? Like, listen to this. I like this one because we talk about CBG a lot. We love CBG. So CBD and CBG, which is another cannabinoid, plus limonene can enhance the anti-cancer effects. And then THC and limonene together can enhance the anti-gastroesophageal reflux disease symptoms. So reducing those. Serious stuff.
Over time can be destructive to the esophagus, the esophagus. So you have to really take care of that.
Yeah. But the bottom line when it comes to this, the studies have demonstrated that limonene is effective for what, Mark?
So cancer, breast cancer, non-specific cancer, depression, and pancreatic cancer.
Right. So think about that. Antioxidants, right? Limonene, lemon, citrus, right? What do those things do? They help to support and nourish our endocannabinoid system to keep our body in balance so that on-off switch is functioning appropriately so our body knows how to handle stress that comes in and maybe if cancer cells start to develop. So you think about that, right? It's all about mind, body, spirit, incorporating multiple different tools and limonene. So incorporate more citrus into your diet. Whole health.
Okay, what do we got for varieties that are high in limonene?
Okay, so
if you're out there shopping at the dispensary this week and you want to give this a roll, no pun intended. If you want to give this a roll, Sherry, what are some of the varieties?
Okay, so when I'm talking about like varieties or strains when it comes to this, it's really more specific if you're going to inhale it, unless they have a specific tincture or product that is made with that specific flower and they've tested it and you can see the limonene in it. So oftentimes, you might see tinctures that'll be called Purple Hindu or Quantum Kush, but the only way you can really know if they have that specific profile is if it's tested. So it's really important. So cannabis strains high in limonene that you may affect for inhalation include Sour Diesel, Bruce Banner, Marion Banny, OG Glue, Animal Cookies, Banana OG, Berry White, Black Cherry Soda, Cinex, Dosey Dough, Miracle Alien Cookies, Purple Hindu Kush.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I like this one. Quantum Kush.
Woo.
A good one.
Oh, yeah.
Strawberry banana.
Mm-hmm.
Tahoe OG.
Yep.
Wedding cake. And white fire OG. So this is what wedding cake. Yeah. So I probably had about half of these. At least about half. And maybe some that I forgot.
I had maybe one of these because, smoking's not my thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Right? The best way to use cannabis is the way that works.
Yes, don't let peer pressure push you into using cannabis in a way that's not good for you.
For you, exactly.
Like I'm not a smoker.
Agree.
Like, this is not my game. But oh my gosh, edibles.
Yeah, because that's what your endocannabinoid system needs. Yeah. So that's what's so cool. So that's why we're here.
Right. Yes. So Delta 9 THC for me consumed directly is not bueno. It's not my gig, right?
Not your jam.
But eating it and having it convert to 11-hydroxy THC, which is a metabolite. That's my gig. That's my game. Like I should get a little tattoo that says 11-hydroxy. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is why we do what we do every day here, you awesome people, is we care about you. We want you to learn about the plants, the endocannabinoid system. It is the most important system in our body, and the cannabis plant is the most misunderstood plant in the world. So one of the things we want to do as we're here to educate and empower you is we want to invite you to the Green Nurse Holistic Caring Community.
That's right. We're inviting you.
You. All of you.
Free.
To come with us. So this is the part that's so cool about this. And, it got me thinking, and this, me, when I'm passionate about something and I got something in my mind and spirit saying, do it, I do it. So the part that's so cool about this community is, as cannabis starts to legalize, become more prevalent, I'm finding I'm getting a little bit more censored. So, and it's okay. That's what is. But if there's a place that we can all go to, like-minded individuals, people that are interested in learning about plant medicine, elevating the plant, decreasing stigma around what it means to feel good, and using this plant in a way that is going to create balance and homeostasis and to help you to live your best life, come join us in the community. It is free. There is a free course there. It's providers, patients, and programs. That's the best way I can put it. P3, providers, patients, and programs. And they're all for you guys. So come join us. Yep. Yeah. So yesterday, Tasha, so if you click on that link right there, the link is actually below. Tasha, yesterday, she's in charge of the community. She had said that if you click the link and you click to join, she'll get a notification. She'll approve you. You'll get an email with your official invite into the community, and you can set it up just like a Facebook page. So it's really kind of fun. Come join us. There's a section.
So here's the beauty. Perhaps, like Susie. Thanks for being honest. Doesn't use cannabis, needs some direction. Nurse is teenage, have some stigma, right?
Yep.
So guess what? This is a private community. Nobody knows you're in there. That's where you can ask your questions, and it's not like out in Facebook land. It's not like completely safe, and only the community members, all of us who are in the know, who love this plant, who know the power of it and how to use it really with respect and intention. Sherry, you say it all the time. How does cannabis use, there's many ways to use it.
There's many ways to use it.
Intention that you're setting.
So the minute it enters into your body, it acts as medicine. But mindset, you think about it. There's 3 ways to use cannabis. Medically, recreationally to have an experience, and irresponsibly. And it all has to do with your consciousness when you go to consume it. Truly it is. And that's what we teach. We teach consciousness when you're using progressive therapies, when you're using plant medicines, right? Because we want you to make choices. People will say to us, does this work? Does that work? I go, it all works and none of it works. That's seriously, we have to figure out what works for you.
You got to figure out what works for you, because think about it. Here's sort of the high level view. One second, Lori, the link is right below where Sherry and I are on this thing. The link is right there.
In the comments.
holistic-caring.mn.co. So you can do that. And Susie, I'm glad you're there. And I'm glad you don't give a fuck who knows. That's right. You are AFA. Don't forget it. So the overall like 50,000 foot view is everybody's endocannabinoid system receptor level changes almost on a daily basis. Like if you have something going on in your body pops up the receptors and says, hey, give me more of this. We need more over here. And then when that's done, those receptors recede. We're done. Like we're done. So it changes all the time. Yeah. And my receptor
on-off switch
is different. Like that goes back to the Delta 9 THC thing, where that's not my jam because I have my receptor system, my receptor count is different than everybody else's, and I'm super sensitive to that, right? Other people, their receptor count is much different and much lower, and somebody can consume way more Delta 9 THC and have the same effect as if I just take one little bit. So that's the deal, right? So Sherry, that's what we do. That's what we're here for, is to help people get
sort out
to where they figure out where their happy spot is.
The sweet spot. Exactly. Safe consumption. Yeah. So join us in the community. Really cool. We're really excited. So today is Tuesday. Tomorrow, I forgot, got to plug this. We have the founder of Holistic Caring Community coming on. And Mark and I are going to interview her. I'm going to do an interview and Mark's going to do an interview because it's going to be really cool. She's got so much to say that we couldn't possibly cover it all in 1 hour. So tomorrow night, Holistic Caring Community CEO and founder is going to come on, and she's going to share her story of what brought her into the cannabis space, how and why she developed this caring community, and how we're all coming together as nurses. I say it's patients, providers, programs. So you have to watch the show. She's a beautiful woman.
Tomorrow night.
8 p.m. tomorrow night.
Streaming live. Come on down. All right. So, Sherry?
Yeah?
What AFA. An AFA day this is, huh?
It's going to be an AFA day.
This is the only Tuesday, June 22nd, 2021 we get. This is the day it all happens.
This is it. This is the day it all happens.
Saying, I'm so fucking happy.
I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for another day.
Me, but just because I say so.
Just because I say so. I'm grateful that I have another day day on this earth plane to try to help. That's what it is.
Today.
Saving lives, stamping out disease, right?
Yeah.
By being the power of example, educating and empowering, doing the work. You all deserve it. You all deserve to feel good. And I'll end it right here. It truly is about living your best life, helping others do the same, and decreasing stigma around what it means to feel good. We love you.
Yeah. Love you guys. All right. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Love y'all. See you soon.